Hi, this is Mike with hux-software. In this video we're going to go over general usage of the HQ scheduler. General usage includes adding some actions, scheduling those actions as jobs, and overall scheduling. I currently have the services module open just to give you a feel for the environment that we're working in today. I have two servers listed. One is a controller type and one is an agent type, and they're both running locally on this machine. The controller is the program that dispatches jobs to the agents, and the agents are the programs that will run the jobs and report back to the controller. So one of the first things we're going to do here today is we're going to go ahead and add an action and schedule as a job. So I click on the Actions link in the upper left-hand corner. I click Add Actions. It asks me for an action ID. I'm just going to call it Echo. And for my command to automate, I'm going to say echo hello world. That's it. I save it. Now, how do I actually get this to run? How do I actually run this job? Well, to schedule an action as a job, there is a link here, schedule as job. Now it brings me to the job edit screen. It says that I want to run action echo. I can give it a schedule, but I only want to run it once. So the only thing really preventing this from running is it's in the unscheduled state. So all I really need to do is put it into the scheduled state and save it, and this job will be qualified to run. So once I hit save, I'm going to go right to the dashboard, and the dashboard will show me jobs and logs. So now in the dashboard, you can see I have one job, echo, scheduled. I refresh, it's gone. That means it ran. I refresh the logs, and I have a log for the run of this job. It ran. It started at 2:17, ran on agent 1, has a PID of 4496, and was a success. That's it. That's all I need to do to run a job. Now if I go back to actions, you can see here that I have these two other jobs defined from earlier. Nightly get file and nightly proc file. I can kind of explain what nightly get file does. If I hit edit, it runs a bat file which grabs a particular file that process file needs to process. So process file is a job or is an action that needs to depend on the existence of a file, and it needs to depend on get file running successfully. So if I click edit, I can first click on depend on action, and you can see here there's an action dependency that I've added earlier. It's waiting for nightly get file to have run successfully. So proc file is waiting for get file to run successfully. Also, if I click on depend on files, you can see here that it's waiting for this particular file to exist on this agent. So there's two dependencies that this action requires before it can run. Now we actually need to schedule both of these as jobs. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule process file first. I click schedule as job. I'm going to go back and I'm going to schedule get file. So if I click on the dashboard, you can see here I have get file and proc file both in the unscheduled state, but they're scheduled as jobs. So they won't run until they're scheduled. I can go ahead and I can click nightly proc file, the process file job that's waiting for the file, and get file to run. I'm going to go ahead and schedule this. So he's in a scheduled state, but he's not going to run because he has dependencies that have not been met yet. So if I click the reasons link here, you can see it's going to list the reasons that I cannot run. I have a file dependency on this particular file, and action nightly get file has not yet run. So I'm going to go ahead and take nightly get file off the unscheduled status and put him into schedule. Now he's running. He's completed. If I refresh the logs, you can see we have a successful run for get file. And process file ran because not only did get file run, but it also created the file that proc file needed to run. So they both ran successfully. So that's an example of a likely set of processes that would run in a business environment. So let's say we want to schedule these, at a certain period of time every day. Since these are both like processes, I recommend using batches. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the batches module. And once I do, it'll list all the actions on file here. So first of all, I'm going to add get file to my batch by clicking the action and clicking add to batch. And also I'll click add nightly proc file to my batch. I'll call the batch nightly. And I'm going to use the schedule every 1 day. Now let's say I want these to run every night. So I click on the calendar here and let's say that 8:31 and I want it to run at 11 p.m. every night. Okay. So what the batch allows you to do is once I hit schedule, it's going to schedule both of these as jobs and it's going to give them a batch name of nightly. So what a batch allows you to do is once one of the jobs in the batch completes, they won't reschedule till all the other jobs in the batch have completed. So I'm going to schedule. I'm going to go to my dashboard here. You can see I have 2 jobs, part of the nightly batch, scheduled for 11 p.m. this evening with a schedule of 1 day. One of the things I can also do here is click nightly get files, edit the job here, and there's a link called job schedule. And it's going to open up a window here and it's going to show me this job schedule. It's going to run on all these days. So 11 p.m. every day basically. So let's say that there's an issue and I did not want to run this particular batch this evening since I've already run it today. What I can do is I can click edit here and I can click reschedule. It says would you like to skip and reschedule? I'll hit yes. And I put it into the batch state. So now I'm going to go ahead and click this one, proc file, and reschedule this. And now they're both rescheduled for tomorrow at 11 since I've already run them today. So this has been a general usage of the hux-scheduler. If you have any questions, feel free to email info@hux-software.com, info@hux-software.com. And thank you for watching.